Alright, so what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Now if you saw the previous vlog, you'll know that I had a deload day, and in that video I said I was going to do a separate video explaining about a deload, why to have a deload and when you should have a deload. But again, I don't want to go in detail in this video on deloads. I'm going to do that in a separate video. So you guessed it, this video is that video. So first of all, the question is, what is a deload? Now a deload is for those people that know they need to have a day off or a week off from the gym, but they just can't bring themselves to doing it. So instead of completely just sitting at home and doing nothing for a week or a few days to recover, you can actually go into the gym, still lift weights, but do it in a deload phase. So that's pretty much what a deload is. So now you guys know what a deload is, let's talk about some of the benefits of why you should have a deload somewhere in your program. So first of all, one of the reasons why you should have a deload at some point in your program is it can help recover your CNS, which is your central nervous system. Now over time, when you're going to be in the gym continuously training, lifting heavy weights, what will happen is you'll completely burn out your central nervous system, and you'll come to a point where you've just completely fried it, and you need to give it some time to recover and restart itself. By doing a deload week, that's going to help recover and reboost your central nervous system. Now another great benefit of having a deload week somewhere in your program is to help prevent overtraining. Again, same with like the central nervous system. If you just completely keep going into the gym every single day, even multiple times in one day, you're going to get to a point where you'll overtrain the muscle and you actually have muscle fatigue. You're not allowing the body to recover, you're not allowing the muscles enough time to recover, and over a long period of time you're not going to actually progress anywhere. You're actually going to decrease in muscle mass because you're going to have muscle fatigue and you're not going to allow the body to grow. Alright, so now another benefit of having a deload week, and it's kind of in connection with overtraining, and that is preventing your body from having any injuries. Now over time, when you're lifting heavy weights, what's going to happen is you're going to put a lot of stress onto the ligaments and joints. Now having this deload week, you can actually just give your ligaments and joints a bit of a break. You're almost just saying to them, look, go on holiday for a little bit, just put your feet up, relax, and just have a little bit of a break, you know, you need it. By having that deload week, you're not going to allow your body to have any long-term injuries. Now we all know, as soon as you have an injury, you're out of the gym. If you're not in the gym, you can't lift, you're going to get small, and we don't want that. Alright, now the last benefit of having a deload week, and I find this one the most important, that's why I've left it last, and that is having a mental break. Over time, what's going to happen is you're going to have a lack of motivation to want to go to the gym, want to train, do your cardio, lift heavy weights, and not just that, you're going to have this stage where you're going to hit a brick wall and you're not going to be progressing with your weights. Now having this deload week is going to give yourself a mental break. After that week of just going really light with all your weights, what's going to happen is that's going to motivate you to want to lift heavy again. So having this week off of not lifting heavy weights will kind of boost up your mental state to want to go back and go lift heavy weights and progress even more. So you're giving yourself a mental break, more so you're giving your mind a rest. Alright, so that's cleared up some of the great benefits of why you should have a deload week somewhere in your program. Now the next question is, when do we have a deload? This comes down to the individual themselves, but I can give you some tips to look out for when you should have a deload. Alright, so first of all, if you're a beginner and you've just started out training, I would say you have a nice solid year to go into the gym and train constantly. After that, then you can start thinking about adding some deload weeks into your program. If you want to still add in deload weeks, I would say have them every single 12 to 16 weeks. Other than that, I think you'll be fine for the first year. But really, it's not about when should you have them, it's all about finding out signs of when you think you should have a deload week. Now, the signs could be tiredness, if you feel like an injury is coming along, if you feel like you have the lack of motivation, if you feel really fatigued, if you feel tired, if you don't feel strong anymore, these are all signs that you should maybe have a deload week. Alright, so all those signs are linked as well with your nutrition, but if your nutrition is on point and you're not progressing in the gym with your weights, that's when you can probably consider about having a deload week. But if you haven't got your nutrition on point and you ain't consistent with it, maybe have a look at your nutrition first, then get that on point, get the consistency with that. If you still feel tired, lack of motivation and etc., then look about having a deload week. Now if you're more of an advanced trainer, you've been training for like 4 or 5 years plus, I think this is where you're going to need a frequent deload week. Now I wouldn't go for a deload week, but I'd actually go for a deload day every now and then. Now for me, if you guys haven't seen that previous video, I'm actually having a deload day every single week in the middle of my prep. Now you don't have to go to that extreme, but I would probably look about having a deload day maybe every 10 to 12 days if you're doing a very frequent training program. Other than that, the only advice that I could probably give you is have a deload week maybe every 6 to 12 weeks. Now what you could do is you can have 6 to 12 weeks on your program of consistent training, lifting heavy, and then after those 6 or 12 weeks, have a deload week. Now have one solid week where you have a deload, then go back to your program for another 6 to 12 weeks. But again, you can adjust it to your body and to your progress, etc. Now we've covered the benefits of having a deload, when to have a deload. Now it's all about how to deload. So how to deload is pretty simple. All you're gonna do is you're gonna decrease everything by 40 to 60%. Simple as that. So all your weights are going to decrease by 40 to 60% and all your reps are going to decrease as well by 40 to 60%. Now one thing that I see is loads of people get really confused when it comes to deloads, and they think they have to change everything up and have to have a completely different new training program. You don't need to. All I would say is keep your exercises the same, keep your sets the same. All you're going to change is you're going to change the weights and the reps. That is it. You're going to decrease your weights by 40 to 60% and you're going to decrease your reps by 40 to 60%. That's all you got to do. So yeah, we've pretty much covered everything from what a deload is, the benefits of a deload, when should we deload, and how to deload. So that's pretty much it. So I hope this video helped get a better understanding on everything revolving around a deload. If it did help you out, give this video a big thumbs up for me. Also, if you have any other questions you want to ask me, feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll read them and I'll get another video up for you guys. Other than that, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe as always. Make it happen. Peace!
Keep chasing shadows.